Hello everyone, I'm the Beery from the Beery Naturals and K-Suska Evolutionary Power Man. Welcome to my channel. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for your support. You know what? I don't care if it's just one person who views this video. I thank you so much for watching it, for tapping onto it, for following your intuition. Not for me, but for you. Because what you did was you followed your intuition. And the divine put you was on YouTube, you might have been scrolling, you might have said, what's this, and you tapped on it because it was for you, okay? And I even thank the haters who were just watching and stalking, because there may be a message for you here as well. Because you know what, the Most High has no respect of person. Anybody can get it. And you can take that twofold. Because that's balance. And absolutely anyone can get it. So you can get the message, you can get the rewards, you can get the blessings. But on the other side of blessings is curses. And absolutely anybody can get it. Because barakatah in Hebrew means blessing or curse. Bless you or curse you. And that's how balance is maintained. If it's in the cards or in your fortune that this is a blessing, if it's in the cards or in your fortune that there is a curse for something, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, that being said, let's proceed. These cards have been pre-pulled because I did a TikTok video, and this is kind of a deep message, and to fit into a 3-minute little video, and rather than do a million parts to it, I just decided to get some deeper messages from it. Okay, so follow me. Follow me here, follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, follow me as I follow God. But anyway, the Ace of Pentacles is here, and I heard in my spirit, it is done. It is finished. And whatever you've been going through, the Most High said it is done. It is finished. There is a closing of a cycle. Some kind of long-term suffering is now over. And it's like the angels are singing it's over. And the Most High literally said, I told the storm, pass, storm, you can't last, go away. I command you to move today, storm. When God speaks, storm, you have to cease. That's what I told the storm. This song been heavy in my spirit, because the Most High said it is finished. Now, what is it that is finished? You know what it is for you. But I'm going to delve deeper into these energies, because he told me what it is that's finished. I heard they whispered, conspired, they told their lies. God favors me, my character, my integrity, my faith in God. He favors me, will not fall, will not fail, won't compromise. God favors me. I speak life and prosperity, and I speak health. He favors me, because you've experienced a lot of heartache with this 3 of Swords. Because people talked about you and spitefully used you with this 9 of Swords. They caused you sleepless nights and very much a lot of anguish. And there's this song by Jonathan McReynolds that says, it's called People. You might want to look that song up, because it really speaks to this situation. But these cards are in the reverse. Remember, I said it's finished. So there are no more sleepless nights, because you rest peacefully in your bed at night. There's no more heartbreak, because your heart is healed. You have healed from all this pain and suffering and this devil demonic energy. The swords are falling out of your heart, because you are healed. And you know what? I'm hearing in my spirit, someone helped you pull these swords out your heart. There's someone who helped you. There's someone else who suffered with you. And one sword is yours. One sword is theirs. And one sword is the divine. Is you all three holding a sword of truth and righteousness. And all these swords that were placed in your back and in your head and in your mind. And all this is psychological warfare. This is spiritual warfare. This is psychic attacks that have been placed on you for the purpose of destroying your life, destroying your heart, destroying your passion, destroying your gift, destroying your purpose. The Most High said that is finished because you endured. And the reason these cards are pre-pulled, so I know I hear see what the end is gonna be. You knew what the end was gonna be because the Most High told you what the end was gonna be, but you didn't necessarily know what all you was gonna have to endure. And I'm hearing sacrificial lamb, and I'm going to explain why I heard that. Because honestly, at the end of this card pull, there's a hangman here. The hangman is sacrificed or has to make a sacrifice. And where it comes to, you guys, is ultimately in the end, somebody played theyself. A lot of folks played theyself when they mess with you. Because God says, touch not my anointed ones and cause my prophet no harm. They did not realize. They were warned. But they scoffed at it and they laughed at it. And it was like, who is this? Who appointed you? Who anointed you? The Most High appoints and anoints. That's who. That's who. What were you expecting? Were these people were literally thinking because you didn't have a title in the earth, or because you weren't someone, you were hidden, you were actually hidden. Because you weren't someone who had a church, or was in church, or someone who had a platform where you were preaching, because they were misled by their beliefs and their pride to think that you were nobody. And a lot of these folks were very close to you, and the scripture says that a prophet is not without reverence accepted or respect except in his own home. So these were people who were close enough to you to know you as a person, and they thought, oh, that's just Jim, that's just Sarah, that's just Tamika, that's just Tyrone. Y'all try to give it a little balance. That's just La Quinta, that's just Carlos. No, that's not. That's an anointed one. And you had this 9 of Cups here. 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, but it's reversed. This 9 of Cups was turned over because someone literally, this Magician card and this 3 of I'm seeing twofold messages as I go across this, so I'm gonna say them as much as I can. You know what? My curl is over my eye, and it's making it look like one of my eyes is gold, and the other one is regular. That's because, in this part of the message, because I kept looking at it, that this curl falls perfectly here, and it does that often in my pictures. You have one eye in the physical realm and one eye in the spiritual, because the Most High will reveal to you what it is that is going on. I used to always tell my ex-husband, I said, God will not hide things from someone who is living righteously. Because why? If they're being transparent and they're living righteously, they will never be deceived. It will always be revealed to them because they are pure. And so that person never has to seek anything out. They don't have to ever look for it because it just comes to them. They never have to investigate. It just comes to them. And what happened was, with this Magician card and this 3 of Pentacles here, notice that this is a church right here, and it's 3 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. And I don't usually read reversals, but the Most High gave me clarity on these reversals so that I could give this message. Someone literally, look at them 3 stars in this magician's hand. And look at them 3 stars that have been cloaked or have been captured and are falling out of this church. Someone tried to steal your spiritual gifts. It could have happened while you was at church, when you was a child. Someone knew who you were. Someone knew who you were. Someone knew who you were. This is somebody that was close to you. Again, I'm just feeling like there's somebody who was close to you. Could have been family member, friend from childhood. Somebody knows who you are, and I don't mean just knows who you are as the person or individual with your name, your government name, your social security number, not like that. 10:55 when I paused it because my baby asked for a slice of pizza. But this is someone who knew your spiritual worth. When you were a child, someone got a reading on you. Someone prophesied over you. Someone prayed for you. Someone had a dream about you before you was born. Something that you were born under peculiar or unusual circumstances. You might need to ask about the circumstances surrounding your birth, because you have here people who were cloaked in your family to protect you, and in your friendship circle throughout your life, in your family or friendship circle throughout your life, who were cloaked to protect you, because there were also people who were in your life, preordained and destined to be in your life to stop you. So you were cloaked for a very long time. There's 2 cloaking spells I see here. One cloaking spell was to keep you from ever coming into your power or your gift. And one cloaking spell was to hide you from others. I don't know if this was done out of love or fear, but it was done to you. You were put under a cloaking spell. Again, but it wasn't strong enough. Your gift was too strong. So as a child, you experienced nightmares. And you were able to see things that no one else could see. It made people very uncomfortable around you. It made people very uncomfortable around you. But also, you didn't use you being a child and being a purity as a child with your childlike innocence and essence. You used these. You didn't quite understand your gift, but you used your gifts to heal and help people. I'm seeing that. I keep feeling like I got to throw up or I got reflux or something. But it's like when I'm trying to say this, it's like a distraction. So it doesn't come out my mouth, because when you speak it, the curse is broken. And now I got a yawn. Okay, so. Try to make me forget it. You have very pure energy and very pure intentions. And somebody wanted to spill your cup. Whatever this cup was, this gift, this anointing. They didn't want it to ever reach maturity. There was collaboration. And these could have been church folks, good Christian folks. You know, I don't know what your belief system was that you grew up in, but you were meant to break out of it. But they were afraid of you and your light and your energy. Whomever this is for. Well, Most High said, with this Ace of Pentacles, it is over. It is finished. This is the end of this collaboration, because you're no longer cloaked. You're no longer cloaked, and you've grown into the fullness of you're growing into the fullness of your gift, or you transform into the fullness of your gift. You came from a family of very spiritual people. These spiritual people was hiding in plain sight. So I'm hearing in my spirit, it's something about a church. Like, these people, there's a mesh, and I'm feeling like a real dizzy shift right now. These people were prophets and preachers and teachers, but they were wizards and warlocks and shaman and holy men and chiefs. Is like a very powerful family, but it was divided. It was divided in light and darkness. And something about you, your birth, your chart, the alignment of the stars, a prophetic word or mission, you manifested with both abilities. When it came time for you to choose, y'all, this sounds like a movie, but this is what I'm channeling. When it came time for you to choose light or darkness, your choice wasn't set in stone. You could do both, but you were set in the middle to maintain, create, restore balance, and clear karma. Not just yours, any karma. Any karma. You have one eye in the light and one eye in the darkness. The eye in the darkness shines like a beacon. The eye in the light is black, because you can see the shadows. And you can call forth the demons that are in those who are hiding behind false divinity. And those who are truly pure, who have been cast to the darkness, you can summon them forth. You can resurrect them, their energy. Those people who were condemned to death, you can bring to life. And those people who have a life, who have been mistreating and misusing and abusing their power, you can switch. Like Freaky Friday, you can make them see each other's perspective so they understand better themselves and their errors. You literally stand in the gap between heaven and hell, in a communion with demons and angels, for the sake of balance. There was let me look at these. In the darkness, because there's a moon card, and then there is a 5, 6 of wands, which represents victory. In the moon card, in this lack of victory, I feel like your intuition was purposely blocked by this spell being cast on you. And it was meant to keep you from ever coming into the fullness, because you are very dangerous to so many principalities. Your existence is fearsome and woeful, I'm hearing. The Knight of Pentacles is here reversed. What I'm seeing with this moon card and this Six of Wands reversed. I keep hearing the Five of Wands. Even though I'm looking at the Six of Wands, the Five of Wands represents conflicts. There is a fight going on. We about to throw them bows. We about to swing them things. It's about to be a what? Girl fight. There's a fight over you in heaven and on earth, and maybe even in the denser, darker vibrational dimensions, the hell dimension, I guess, the demonic realm. They're fighting over you because you hold a golden bloodline or something like that. It's y'all, what I'm seeing, I don't have words for, so I'm having to use likenings unto. Your blood is delicious. That's what I'm hearing. And I saw something that looks like a venom, and with a long tongue, and he was like, delicious. And so you have entities that want to eat you up. They want to eat you up, and they just desire you so bad. And the light beings are actually having meetings. It's their version of a fight. And they're having debates, and they are pleading their case over who owns rights to you, who will be your representative, who is going to teach you. It's like you are a star pupil, and they are all wanting their opportunity to teach you something and watch you grow and manifest it. And this is the demons too. You know, some of them, they want to eat you up, but some of them really want to say, ooh, there's, you know, I want to teach you something too. I want to teach him something too. It's like spiritual council debating your future. That's what I'm seeing. But back to this situation, whomever was collaborating against you, the Most High said that these things that are done in secret with this moon card will not be victorious. This Knight of Pentacles is reversed, and this Ace of Swords is reversed. So there were like swift movement that I feel like was taking place to like a time frame, like it was time sensitive. Like once you got to a certain place or a certain awakening period or a certain DNA activation, there you were unstoppable. And so it was like a race against time to keep you from coming into the awareness of who you are. So there was a lot of mental fog put on you and a lot of spells binding your mind to keep you confused for a long time. And then there was a lot of attacks on your heart and attacks on your spirit, or attacks on your emotions, so that you would never be emotionally balanced or stable enough to realize what was being done to you. And it was just constantly being done. It was like they wanted you in a fear prison, in a pain prison, so that you could never rise up to your fullest potential. But the Most High said, not so. Not so. And because you are an anointed one, you were appointed, you were sent, you were created for a specific purpose. You were created for a specific purpose. And the Most High said, my word shall not return to me void. And I am not a man that I should lie, nor the son of man that I should repent. So you are a word that was set forth. The word, you were spoken into existence. Wow, that's profound. You were spoken into existence by the Most High. And your mission shall not return void. And the spoken word or that profession of your existence, I'm seeing it going out. There is no stopping you, because you are a prophetic word to the world. Your life is a prophecy. Your existence is a miracle. You are a miracle. Because I'm hearing, I am a miracle child, off of Joseph, Coat of Many Colors. So maybe you had many dreams like him, or you were favored of a parent or something. So I'm just paying attention. And then you were envied by siblings. I accept myself for who I am just came up on my phone. Yeah, and this was meant to keep you from accepting yourself for who you were. Like, you may have been picked on a lot and may have been taught, you're not good enough, or you can't play with us, or you can't dance, or you can't sing, or it was always you can't do that, you can't do that. And then fear was placed behind it. So if you ever tried to stand up for yourself, it was always beaten. You were always beaten. Beaten psychologically. Some of you were beaten physically by relatives who did not like, they saw your strength as disrespect. So you were beaten as a child. And I don't mean a whooping. I mean beaten and punished unfairly and isolated from everybody. I'm seeing a little girl sitting in a kitchen, balled up in a corner after being beaten by a washing machine while all the other children were allowed to play. I'm seeing a little girl who was not allowed to take a nap when everybody else was taking a nap, and if she fell asleep, she was whooped. I'm seeing that little girl. You might have been called names to make you not love yourself. You were called fat. You were called stupid. And then they will find a family member that they'll talk about. Talk about this person real low and dirty, and then they'll say you just like them. So they didn't even have to call you names. They made you do it to yourself. Most High said that was to delay your growth. But you know what? There's a blessing and a curse, Barakatah. There's a blessing and a curse in that. Because as a child, had you had the ability and the access to the gifts, the fullness of your gifts, you may not have learned the lessons of humility. You may not have learned what it is to suffer so that you would use those gifts wisely. So everything had a purpose. This is not a victim story. This is not a victim story. You don't sink into this story and cry. You realize that real eyes see real lies. You take from your life, take from your story, everything that made you who you are now. All these things, it takes friction. Friction creates a fire, creates the heat for a fire. Friction. To polish a diamond, a gem, a stone, there needs to be friction. To create a diamond, there has to be pressure. To get the oil out of grapes, the oil out of olives, they have to be pressed, and grapes have to be crushed. That's what made you pure. I'm hearing, did you come through as pure gold? You did. This curl is still over my eye. So, what I'm saying here with this Ace of Swords, the Most High put the sword down on this. And I don't mean put the sword down like, oh, I'm not fighting. I feel like the Most High did this. Like, this is This is, I have my sword up and I'm allowing this. When I turn my sword down, it's coming down. Ironically, this night is only ahead, and I was hearing in my spirit because whatever was spearheading this attack on you is being cut off or decapitated. It's like you were sacrificed or a bait for something much higher to go out at you. Ooh, what is that? You are something to lure something dark. Like, okay, how do I put this? Someone used you as bait for a demon, a demonic entity, or a dark entity. Someone who was cloaking you and protecting you was actually working for a dark entity because they wanted you to remain pure because you were a sacrifice. But you were a sacrifice for the Most High also. I'm going to make this make sense. What I'm seeing is someone kept you pure as bait for an entity that needed to be appeased at a certain time. And then, so you were isolated because in a vulnerable state, like at the peak of you getting your power, like as the power was going into you, it was supposed to devour you so it could get your power. That was what was promised to this entity. But what was not told or what was not counted on was that it was not counted on that you would ever break free, that you would ever choose, that you would ever gain access and control and knowledge. There was never, you were the only variable that they did not see coming. They knew what the plan was. They knew they had the script, they had the plot. But they did not count on you having awareness of what was going on. So that's why you were blocked. You were not shielded. Yes, shielded, but cloaked. You were cloaked. Yeah, I don't know if this is making sense, y'all, but this is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that this was meant to, like I said, to cause a delay in your growth, in your elevation, in your birthright. There's a page of wands and a queen of wands. A message came to someone, or a message was given to someone. I'm hearing the wicked old witch at last is dead. So, I'm getting another storyline. Someone was very powerful in a past life, and when you died, before you manifested here, someone there was a plot created to make sure you didn't come into your power. Either you could have been really cruel in a past life with your power, and that's why you were cloaked. That's one story. Another story, you could have been killed because they were successful in sacrificing you to this entity, and you manifested in another lifetime, and they wanted to do it again because this is like a cycle that you were in, a cycle of way higher beings than Earth. A sacrifice that was occurring over eons and in dimensions that you can't even imagine from this perspective as a human. But you're an empress. You're very highly abundant. And what I'm seeing also is that there's a message. The Most High sent you a message to let you know that a queen of wands that's in reverse, someone who is conducting dark spells or magic or manipulation on you, because witchcraft is manipulation in any form, positive, light, whatever. You don't have to attach positive, negative, good, bad. Those connotations are one, perspective based and subjective to the circumstance or situation, because you don't always know all of that. Or so it's perspective based yet still. But it's like This person has gotten a message, and I'm hearing, y'all, this is very fairy tale like, but Grim Reaper, Grim Brothers Grimm version. But I'm hearing like the message going to this queen, mirror, mirror on the wall. You know, queen, this person has been born into the earth again. What do you want us to do about it? Kill her. Kill him. That's what I'm getting. Because this person, this person has a wand and a tiara. You have a crown that's over a Merkaba, a light body, and all those spheres inside of this circle here. Those spheres represents like a golden bloodline. They represent genetics. They represent cellular growth and development. They represent God. They represent the divine. They represent all the different spheres of and different chakras. They represent all the different chakras. They represent all the different spheres that make up the name of God, that make up the energy of God. And this person has a stick, has a magic wand, and a tiara. This person is a lesser place, but still very powerful. Still very powerful. But as long as they were able to do something or to attack you before you reached your highest level of potential, then they were going to be able to be successful. Or so they thought. However, what I'm seeing is this high priestess, yes, they wish death on you, because I keep hearing many men wish death upon me. Many, 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 many men. And so this is a high priestess and death card. So this person, this very powerful person, might have been a high priestess or might have paid a high priestess with this collaboration. But I feel like what was actually paid was magic. It was energy that was paid to this high priestess with these 3 stars that they stole energy from you, or they stole a gift from you, or they was trying to steal a gift from you, and they had promised it to this high priestess to collaborate in exchange, or they gave up some of their energy in exchange for yours, but it had to be done through a death process or a death and rebirth process. So it's like as you were going through your transition, you was the most vulnerable because you was birthing into the earth. You were being birthed into the earth, so they had 2 opportunities to kill you. And if you were giving birth at any time, in any form, that was another opportunity to kill you, because you were vulnerable at that state. But the divine hid you every time you were giving birth to a new version of yourself, a child that you might have been giving birth to when you were being given birth to, and as you are giving birth to this the highest form, the final form of your vibrational frequency, the final form of you. And you see what I mean? Like there's this Empress card with this same Merkaba, and it's like as this abundance, and the high priest, the Empress represents fertility as well. And you see that it's like this crown is coming forth as you're birthing this crown. You see it's 3s here and 3 there, and then there's an X, like they were trying to X you out, or they were trying to kill you. But the high priestess is the same card here, but it has a crown and the eye of the divine there. So you were being watched over and protected. But they didn't count over that. Even though you were this empress, you were also the high priestess. But this high priestess was watching you as you were transforming, and they were meant to kill you, or they were sending death to you. Okay, you guys. I'm sorry I coughed, but I don't have nothing to drink in here. I'm gonna go get something to drink, because when you're channeling stuff like this, you see on my phone room, you get interruptions, and they try to like choke you and close up your throat chakra so that you can't get these messages out. 3858. I'm gonna look that up when I come back. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. I know it's the phone, but it's like, you got that glow. It's the power of elevation. Shine on. Because I was like, dang, I look like I'm glowing. I forgot this bright light on my phone. Look. You have power in your hands. You glow. So there's something about a glow up. You're glowing, or people are seeing your light. You're illuminated, or you are a luminary. A luminary is it's the sun and the moon are luminaries. So you illuminate the darkness. You illuminate the darkness within people. You illuminate the darkness on a path. You are a light. You are literally a light being, or a light source, or a light force. Um, okay, it says make decisions carefully. 3858 meaning is telling you that to attract more wealth, you need to make some changes in your income generating projects. So it relates to the field of relationships, money, and says that positive changes in material aspect are coming. Okay, so what I'm just saying here is it's a sign of organization, perseverance, and control of energy to produce material and spiritual achievements. Again, this is like I'm seeing, I'm hearing that, but a light source just glowing and pulsating. It's like you're drawing to you the things that you need, the tools that you need as you're being birthed into this higher version and this higher vibrational frequency of yourself. And it's like everything is trying to attack you and attach to you. It's like, no, no, no. It's like you are a star being born, and the birth of a star is very destructive. It explodes, and if anything is in its path, it will either be sucked in or it will also be obliterated by the light. It's a supernova. You are a supernova. And it says the divine realm is giving you the energies you need to pursue them. This is more because your angels want you to be happy and feel alive. Because I feel like you lived a very self-sacrificing life. Like you were always and my grandma used to say, sometimes you got to give up the right for the wrong. I hated that saying. It irked me. I was a child, and that saying would confuse me at first, and then it began to inflame me. Because I said, why do you have to give up what's right or righteous for what is wrong? And she said, the good got to suffer with the bad. And I understood what she was trying to tell me. But I also understood that that was a lie. That was a lie. Maybe it was fed to her. Maybe it was a karmic saying that was sent, to slow me down from developing into the belief system that I have now. But these are very karmic sayings. They came from their time frame. So if you were born or you were raised by people who grew up in a time frame that gave those toxic toxic lions. I was going to say lines or statements or proverbs, then it's a sign of their times that was meant to keep them from progressing, because these people were fresh out of slavery. They were the grandchildren of slaves or the children of slaves. They were children of slaves. So you have to understand the mentality, and for you to be like a third or fourth generation from a slave, and to have such a freeness, a freedom with a liberated soul, spirit, and authenticity, and a drive and a resilience, it's like, oh no, Mouse gonna get you. That's in the bloodline that wants to stomp you back down into submission, stomp you back down into fear. But you held your ground with this Four of Pentacles and this Nine of Wands. The Four of Pentacles, I feel like the Most High told you to hold back, told you not to respond, not to react, because again, with this Hangman card, you were a sacrifice. You were a lamb. I keep hearing that you were a lamb. But again, look at this. This is someone, there's that Merkaba again, but this person, even though they're hanging, it's like they're being birthed into the world, but there's a string on their foot. There's a string on their foot, so they always had an attachment. They had one foot in the kingdom, and their head was in the earth. But if you turn it upside down, then their head is in the kingdom and their foot is in the earth. But they wanted to keep you in this sacrificed, in this suspended state where you were never quite birthed, or your gifts was never quite fully birthed into the earth. And so what they did was they attacked your heart and your mind, so that you would go into hermit mode and hide your love. Or I'm hearing Rapunzel, let down your hair so I may climb without a stair. Because this reminds me of Rapunzel's hair. But someone was also standing the gap, like a lantern. You had a guide. But I'm also seeing that someone wanted you to go into hermit mode and to hide away. So Again, twofold. I see that the dark energies wanted you to go into hermit mode and hide away and hide who you were so that you wouldn't liberate others. But likewise, the divine will tell you sometimes to hermit away to recharge your light. And when you go into hermit mode, people get uncomfortable. When you hide away, people get uncomfortable because they can't see what you're doing, because you have a stronger shield than their will to be in your energy. And so they try to convince you to let them in. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chin, chin, chin. But also I'm hearing that spirit, this is a child energy too, y'all. There's a child. This reading is for a child this is going on with right now. Also, there's a child that is meant to be born or has been born, or someone from a child has had this energy. I don't know. For the sake of these people, I won't go any deeper to what I see, but I feel like the Most High told you to hold back, not to respond, not to react, to just stand your ground. Just stand your ground. Stand for holiness. Stand for righteousness. I don't remember the whole song. You stand. And I'm hearing, after you've done all you can, you just stand. I'm hearing, just stand your ground. And the Most High was like, don't respond. Don't retaliate. Don't revenge. Just stand still. I got this. I got this. And it hurt, but you trusted the Most High, because the cards that came out, let me see if they got shuffled back in. The cards that came out earlier for my TikTok was that, but it says, yeah, I'm going to read what's on the cards. There are some people who are sensitive, who feel like, oh, we outgrew those words, those terms. Look, you can substitute the words. I'm reading what's on the paper, okay? It says that, but Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. Okay, so I see dual meanings in all this stuff. Okay, it says, with man, this is impossible. It's impossible with man that you should have survived any of this. But with God, all things are possible. Even your resurrection from, I saw sickness being placed on you with this Five of Pentacles and this Death card and this High Priestess. I saw in this Magician card, someone manifested a illness for you. Someone manifested an illness for you. It was a hex that was placed on you. Because right here, I'm saying with this Wheel of Fortune, this is the karmic wheel turning right here. And this is the karmic wheel. And I see that it was a hex placed on this individual with this light body, with this connection. You see that X again? That it was a hex placed on this person. A spell, and they broke it. The Most High said it would be impossible for a man to break this spell, but with God, it was possible for this spell to be broken. And they was trying to figure out, they was waiting for a manifestation. It was like they was waiting for manifestation of this illness to put you in a weak state, or to put you back in a state that you were risen from, that the Most High saved you from, or I keep hearing resurrected you from, because I feel like you were literally on your deathbed. Like they wanted you suspended in between death and life and death so that they could siphon your energy. This is either a very powerful karmic family and they were feeding off of you. I heard, and your children, if you have children. Or you weren't able to have children because there's a generational curse that was killing the children in your family, or you had SIDS in your family, sudden infant death in your family, because your children were being sacrificed to this entity, or this entity had authority in your family or in your bloodline, or something like that. But people were trying to figure out what it was. It was that this is impossible. God must be with this person. Because I'm saying, I would keep him in perfect peace whose mind stayed on you. You would keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. And you trusted in divine when divine said, don't touch nothing. Don't respond, don't react, just take it. This is y'all, this is Messiah type energy. And I am not calling somebody a Messiah, but it just dawned on me that I was doing this message, or I was listening to this message, and it was a collaboration, and it was Hamashiach, the Messiah, did that fast for 40 days and 40 nights where he had to deny and bring his flesh unto subjection and raise vibrational frequency to a place where he did not respond to physical attacks, abuse. And my uncle, he was talking about the guards that guarded the palace of the queen, and how they did not respond to external stimuli because they were focused. And you have to have perfect peace within yourself to have that type of focus. And during all this stuff that was thrown at you, they didn't count on you developing focus. They didn't count on you developing peace, because if they could have kept you in turmoil, then you would have stayed in a reactive state, which meant that you would never focus your energy. You would never focus. And if you can't focus, and I saw in the spirit, he said, focus is the same as a laser beam. When you have intense focus or concentration, that it's the impact of a laser beam. And I'm just seeing it like Superman eyes just obliterating things. They didn't want you to have that kind of focus. But I'm also trying to figure out, how can you have that kind of focus with all this spell work that I'm putting on you, with all this dark energy, with all this manipulation, with all this hate I'm throwing at you? How the hell are you still you, kind, caring, loving, gentle, smiling, happy, glowing? How are you still doing this? How are you able to maintain what I've been sending out destruction for? Or and these people, some people have not even been sending out destruction for you. They just was kind of confused that, dang, you did that? You said you was going to do it. You did it. And some people are looking at you in awe. 51:44. It says, the righteous cry and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of their troubles. This is Psalms 34:17. You cried out and you trusted when the Most High said, don't do nothing. Just stand still. Because I kept hearing for this. While you are working, help me be still. Though Satan is busy, God is real. Order my steps in your word. So, and I'm hearing what it is. Bridle my tongue, let my words edify. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight. Take charge of my thoughts, both day and night. Order my steps in your word. You kept your mind on the Most High, and you gave the Most High charge over your mind to guard your mind, guard your mouth, and you did what the Most High said, and you stood still, and you allowed these things to happen because you were a sacrificial lamb. You are a part of the body of Christ. You are a member of Hamashiach, a member of the Christ body, the second coming of the Christ consciousness. You are a Messiah in the earth, because you are who you are. People are like, how they get to be a Messiah? People killed the Hamashiach because they expected him to be a revolutionist, and he was not. He was a Christ consciousness elevator. He was a vibrational alchemist, and he was teaching them how to elevate their vibrational frequency to be closer to the divine. And they didn't like that. They didn't want to actually do soul work. They didn't want to get their lives together. They didn't want to live righteously. They just wanted somebody to solve their problems for them. And so I feel like that people often, you had a counselor, you had a counseling spirit. And that's the same spirit that Hamashiach had in his birth. Wonderful Counselor was one of his names. As counselor, people come to you for counseling. But also, let me tell you, the duality of the Mashiach. He went and whooped them folks up out of the temple. He braided up a switch and whooped them folks out of the temple that was doing unrighteous things in the presence of God. So, when you tap into that aspect, they won't want you to get there. They don't want you to ever realize that you can whoop their ass. That was spirit just showed me. But you waited for a very long time for the Most High to, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And this is what's being given to you. You waited for a long time, but I also seen you traveling I'm also seeing that you're traveling. Most High is going to take you away from here. Take me away, a brighter day. I don't know the song. Take me away. Anyway, but I feel like the Most High 5454 is going to take you away from this situation. I'm hearing, move mountain, get out of my way. The mountain is literally going to crumble. Whatever the blockages were that were keeping you from your divine path, the Most High, I'm seeing you as an arrow. You're an arrow, and the Most High is pulling you back, and he has the bow here, and he's aiming you. He's aiming you in the direction that you should go, but he's also clearing the path, because when he releases you, you're going sure straight to the target, and you're going straight to your destiny, and nothing can stop you. But I wanted to get this message out and let you know what I was seeing here. There's a card that came out. Let's see what it says. Fear thou not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee up with my right hand of my righteousness. Isaiah 44:10. Because I'm hearing, and uphold. I'm hearing, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then shall I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Create in me a clean heart, O God. This was your prayer. And I'm hearing, what must I do to be saved? They, holy, 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 Hosanna, Hosanna. I'm hearing people, your praise and your life have people asking, what do they need to do to be like you? And it says, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never end, never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22-23. So the Most High said, great is your faithfulness. The steadfast love of the Most High never ceases in your life, and never ceases for you, or comes to an end, and that is renewed every morning. I'm hearing a brand new mercy along with each new day. That's why I praise him, and for this I give you praise. So you praise the Most High because you feel the brand new mercies extended to you with each new day. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in him. So the Most High knows you. I'm hearing, I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. Who am I that you are mindful of me? That you hear me when I call. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. 5757. When I close this out, y'all look up those angel numbers. Most High bless you. Barakatah. And I love you. Take care. And see y'all next time. Like, share, subscribe. So energetically to this channel with a like, comments, ask questions. I do read comments. I do answer questions. Thank you guys for watching again. I love you. Goodbye.